Hi, hello there. Welcome to the season finale of Cold Night Chats. That's right. This is the last one. This is our last cool front, so I'm living it up. Current temperature is 51 degrees. So yeah. Um, and the time is oh wow, it's 1:57 a.m. I thought it was like quarter quarter after 1 or 20 after 1. It's already 2 o'clock apparently. All right. Yeah, and this is a classic scenario, really. Um, where I'm just home, and it's late at night, and I'm about to go to bed, and you know, it's a little chill in the air, and just I feel pretty good actually. Today's one of my better days, but I mean, like, I've been feeling reflective, you know, pontificating, contemplating, and things like that. Yeah, check out this swing that I'm on. This is check this out. We already got like it's like already partially broken. Look at this. So I might as well finish the job here, right? Anyway, um, I'm here at the house. Uh, oh, I almost I almost dropped the address just because it's like what we call it. I don't think they'd appreciate me doing that. Anyway, I'm out front here. It's the front door, and these lights are actually relatively new. We just installed these like last week, so until then it was dark out here. Um, okay, yeah, I don't think it can support me being sideways, so there's not really any other chairs or anything out here. But anyway, so welcome to Cold Night Chats. I'm here at the house I've been living in for 5 weeks now. I moved in, well, if you want to get technical, I mean, I moved my stuff in February 25th, but then because of the fair, oh yeah, that's where we left it on my last life update video. Um, but because of the fair, I came back March 7th, and that's when I started living here. And so now it is April 9th. So a little over a month, I guess. This is where I've been living. Um, it's in a section of Orlando referred to as Pine Hills, which I mean, if you're a resident of Central Florida, then you probably are familiar with that. Um, Pine Hills has sort of a stigma around it, and I see why. I was kind of oblivious to it at first. Actually, it's the same thing, kind of like with everything. I was oblivious to it when I first moved here, like the whole month of March, basically. And then, due to circumstances, which I'll probably get to, um, I've been just kind of home a lot more and alone a lot more in April, you know, and I've began to see more of how things actually work around here, and that there's a whole system, a whole network that I just was not aware of that is very complex and, you know, has a lot of moving parts to it. So now I guess that everybody that um, everybody that what's the word I'm looking for? Everybody that I think it starts with a P. Everybody that propagates, yeah, everybody who propagates the stigma, um, I guess must be aware of these things somehow. Um, but yeah, so I was just kind of just happy go lucky in March, and then yeah, now I sort of like really get to stare at it, but I'm not like I'm not terrified by it, if that makes any sense. And looking back on my character all my life and my upbringing and everything like that, I should be. This should be like I should be freaking out and want to move right now. Say no, I don't want to live with these people. I don't want to be a part of this or anything. It's like you're. I mean, a part of it. Okay, sure. Like I'm not going out and committing in crimes or, you know, participating in gang activity or things like that. Like I'm not so a part of it. No, I'm not really a part of it. But is it all around me? Am I living amongst it? Yes, without a doubt. And I got to be really careful when I talk about these things publicly because obviously, I don't want to I don't want to get anyone in trouble or anything. I don't want to say anybody's names or, any too specific information or anything. But I'll just say it should come as a surprise to no one who is, or, an Orlando area resident. That Pine Hills, yeah, it's a lot of people in Pine Hills that, aren't exactly suit and tie people, you know, if you catch my drift. But at least from my experience, they're not all pure evil. Like if you give them a chance and you take them in, a lot of times they may surprise you. So don't judge a book by its cover, is what I would say, basically. Now, some of them are, yeah, man, I don't want to say pure evil because that's kind of like, it's a real stretch, but some of them I have yet to personally experience redeeming qualities from. Like, there are some people that I've encountered that are just like, wow, like, what terrible people, Like, I can't get along with that, Like, I can't, like, associate with that, like, a little bit, but, for the most part, I mean, most of them, like, you know, they're three-dimensional characters. They have depth and they have logic and reasoning and everything, and they have a story and they have very intricate lives and everything. So anyway, it was a long side tangent, but anyway, yeah. So been living here. Um, I guess we'll just give a quick recap of the rest of March. After the fair ended on March 6th, I came back here March 7th. Oh yeah, I had a meet with um the guy. Oh yeah, I know. I already did that. I already explained that in the last one. My meeting on the 7th. Um yeah, so then 8, 10, 12. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, let's get to. Oh, I went on another weekend trip, March 18th to the 20th. I went to Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, and Williamsburg, Virginia, and Atlanta, Georgia, within 3 days. So no hotels, no sleeping, nothing like that. What else? Did anything else notable happen? I go to any concerts, festivals, No. Uh, yeah, it was pretty straight up. I mean, I went out, with the solar company, um, to do a little bit of training with them in March, a few days. Anyway, getting to the real earth-shattering news. April 1st, the day that changed everything. Um, April 1st was the day I got fired from Universal. Technically, I got suspended on the 1st, and then they ran an investigation and all that, and the results came in, I think like 2 days ago or whatever, that they decided to fire me, so, or terminate me, as they say, but I don't think that's putting it any less harshly. But anyway, yeah, so needless to say, I was devastated by this. I don't want to get into all the reasons, like, why this happened, or, how, or describing all the events, or, what happened that day, or anything like that, but maybe eventually, but it would take too long for right now. But, so, yeah, that changed everything, because, like, first of all, financially, it's a huge blow, because I don't really have a lot of money saved up. I was pretty much living paycheck to paycheck, so I was like, well, just freaking out immediately, like, what am I going to do? How am I going to pay the bills and everything? I got to pay rent, I got to pay my car insurance, my phone bill, my gym membership, I got to get gas and groceries and everything, and, like, if I don't have a reliable source of income, like from a job, like, where am I going to get that money from? And there was a moment where a part of my brain really did consider turning to crime, because I know now, this network that I find myself in, this hierarchy, so to speak, of the, the, whatever you want to call it, the underworld, or the, whatever. I'll just gonna go ahead and say it. I don't have any gang affiliation, but that makes me the exception here. Basically, that makes me the odd one out. And I'm not. That doesn't necessarily mean, I'm not. You don't take these claims to mean anything specific. Like, I'm not talking about, like, specifically in this house, or in this neighborhood, or, whatever. I mean, I'll just go ahead and leave it at that. So it could be whatever. But I did consider, joining the dark side, so to speak. Like, I had a few distinct opportunities to get in, get into that life. But I just felt that would be like, I'm just not cut out for that lifestyle, honestly, for a lot of reasons. Um, First of all, the morality standpoint, not even necessarily, like, about breaking the law, but just about, like, violence, and, human rights, and, you know, uh, just ethics in general, things like that. Um, yeah, I'm a very sensitive person, and a very analytical person, so I can't just, like, turn my mind off. So even if I'm, like, respected in the community and doing really well for myself, I I just wouldn't be able to fully come to grips with what I was doing, you know. But then also, like, yeah, I mean, I'm a pacifist, I'm an easygoing, peace-loving guy, you know, and yeah, I'm just not. That's not me, you know. Um, a few other reasons, but anyway, so suffice to say, I didn't end up doing that. Um, but yeah, but also like, so yeah, there's the money aspects, but then also time. Like my whole schedule revolved around work. I would get up and go to work, and then everything else would happen after that. Go to the gym, and I go, these places and stuff, and like, they would be at the forefront of everything. And so now, just have the biggest component of that taken out of it. It just left me like so just like everything just seems so quiet now, you know? Like it was always just like loud and fast paced, and I don't have time for any of this, maybe later. And it's like, well, now all you have is time. It's just like such a sudden switch, reversal of directions. So, and that's how, because I mean, I was like never home basically. November to say like the entire time I worked at Universal in all three places that I lived, including this one in March. I was never home. I was always gone. And on my days off, like that would be my chance to actually get stuff done out of the house because I worked all the other days, So, and then when I worked, I was gone all day, and I'd always go places after work. I would get up, leave, come home, and go to sleep. That's it. I was just home to sleep, basically, you know? And there was very minimal waking time spent at home. So, I never really interacted with anybody or, anything like that. And so now all of a sudden, not going to work anymore, I'm just home. And people were like, "What's going on?" What's like they're treating me like I just moved in basically, because now, like now I'm actually around, and so that's how I got to get to know the people I'm living with. I live in a house where all of the rooms are being rented out individually, all on a month to month basis. So it's kind of a transient cast. There's one person who's the property manager. His room's actually right across from mine. And then, yeah, everybody else just kind of comes and goes. But it's been relatively stable. I'm still the newest one here. And yeah, so everybody else has been here anywhere from 3 to 8 months. I think they just started doing this like 8 or 9 months ago, renting out the rooms and stuff. But anyway, so yeah, I got to like that whole weekend basically. I just hung out, with them for hours and hours, just like no one person in particular or anything, but just like like I said, it's transient. So I would just like hang out on the screen porch in the back, and people would come and go, and I would talk to them and get to know with them, get to know them and hang out with them. stuff, so you know. Um, but of course, like, oh man, I just don't know how to talk about some of this stuff. Obviously, something like getting fired has a substantial negative impact on, mental state, so, uh, yeah, during that time, I was also more, I was just kind of like less motivated and like less energetic than I would usually be because I didn't know what I was gonna do, and the whole situation kind of put me in a more susceptible state of mind to be more receptive to self-destructive behaviors, and just sort of like less like to think about doing things that I've just never thought about before, or that just like have always been locked away in the back of my mind, but now at this point I'm like, well, what have I got to lose, so um you know I basically just wasn't sober at all for like 4 days in a row. I would just migrate from one drug to the next, and just go in a series of, okay, I'm awake now, but, have some stimulants, and then midday, whatever, and then like now to go to sleep, I gotta, have some sedatives, just like, and all, you know, in the presence of my housemates who were enabling this because that's what they do, that's their lifestyle. So, like, here, have some of this, try some of this. And I'm like, oh, it's free, it's being offered to me, it's like building a rapport, with them. I'm like part of their group now, so like, where in the past I may have either politely declined or just, had a very controlled, restricted, interaction with it. Now I'm just like embracing it wholeheartedly and just saying, like, yeah, I want to experience what you experience right now. Like, even though they've been doing this all their lives, so to them, the portions, the servings, the uses, are much more extreme than for someone like me, who's, relatively soft core when it comes to drugs, psychedelics, psychoactive stimuli, things like that. So then, it would just be like just getting absolutely blasted and then being hungover and then getting high to help with the hangover, and then like, it's just a constant balancing act, and then getting like too high to fall asleep, so I would need to take sleeping medications and then, sleep, and then I would be like groggy, so I would have to have stimulants when I wake up then, but then I would get like too crazy and start like freaking out, so then I would need sedatives, so then I would, so it was just like constant. I was never like in control of my own mind, basically, so it was just like a wild ride. And under that under that circumstance, then 3 to 4 days can feel like weeks or months, and in this case it did. So I pretty much had enough of it by that point. I was just like, all right, you can only run away for so long. You got to face reality, and you have to decide how to move forward. Okay, yeah, you got fired, deal with it. find other work, find other money. So I did. I mean, first of all, I'm still moving forward with the solar company, but that's not entirely in my hands. It's not all up to me because I'm also waiting on other people to do things, higher ups in the company, that I can't force them to do, so I'm waiting on that. And then also, I picked up another um, venture that seems promising. I guess I can go ahead and say it. It's pedicabbing. So that's common in cities like Orlando, like in the downtown area. Basically, what it is it's like a bicycle with a carriage, basically, in the back. You can carry passengers. And yeah. And then you get to keep all the money you make. You just have to pay a fee for the bike, so I'm supposed to start that next week, so that'll be exciting. And then there's a few other things I have in my mind, that I'm looking to get started in this month. But, and my birthday's coming up, so yeah. That's on April 23rd. Just in case, I don't know. I'm just putting that out there. There's 2 concerts I'm going to, or rather 1 concert and 1 festival that I'm going to this month that I bought the tickets for before all this happened, so it's kind of just like honoring my prior arrangements. But as you can probably tell, I'm sober now, and I'm in more of a better state of mind. I'm looking to the future now. I'm pretty much over the past, or as much as within reason, but I'm in a more healthy, stable place now, living a functional lifestyle. I actually go out and leave the house now. I go to the gym, and I make progress there. And I went to Fun Spot tonight, I got the wristband. Well, you can't see it, but I go places now every once in a while. I got groceries, I got gas. So, but I'm also limited because I'm kind of tight on money right now. So I can't, as much as I would love to, go to the mall or go to the movie theater or go to the bowling alley or, whatever. I can't really, because I don't have the money for it. I only go to Fun Spot because it's free. Everything about it's free because I already have the season pass. Free parking, free admission, free rides. I rarely buy food or anything, but if I do, it's cheap, But yeah, so yeah, basically wow, it's only been 28 minutes. See, every time I do these, I'm always surprised by how long it's been. Whoa, it's been an hour and a half already. Now this time I'm like, man, that was probably like an hour, right? Nope. um I'm actually kind of tired, but you know, it's, I've been working on a new album and kind of like compiling all my songs into one list. Been learning more chords on the guitar, really been buckling down on that so that if need be, I can go public with that and hopefully make some money. I'll probably do that anyway, but yeah, if I needed the money, then it would be even more urgent. Um, I started some other things, some other side projects that probably don't want to announce right here. That's like a whole different audience. But that doesn't mean that I plan to stop uploading on here. It's just, I don't know. I guess there's been more of a shift to like IRL content, as they would say. Some more like serious videos on here as of recently. It's not like an intentional choice or anything. That's just how it's been playing out. But believe me though, if I ever have an idea for some, wacky, hyperactive comedy or something, I will have zero hesitation in putting it out there. But that's just not the frame of mind I've been in the last 8 or 9 days, whatever. But I mean, even before that, I know it's been a long time since I did anything like that. But I have a feeling it might be coming soon, actually, because I'm doing like a cold reset. That's what it was, and a transitionary period, and then like a detox kind of thing. Not really a detox. If I'm gonna level with you, like, I'll still smoke weed, or drink alcohol, or kratom or whatever. But I'm not like, it's not necessary. It's not required at this point. You know what I mean? It's not like, it's just like, it's an enhancement rather than a core element, which it was only for a very short period of time. Like, if I don't have access to those things, I'll be fine. So, but like right now, I could be high if I wanted to. I got a joint in my room, or a blunt actually in my room. I could go light and bring out here and smoke it, but yeah, I don't want to. I don't feel like it. I don't need to, basically. I'm already kind of getting tired, so I just want to like relax and go to sleep. You know. And sometimes I like to be sober to think about things. Just like I might drive home today. I drove all the way from Kissimmee, and I was on Interstate 4 for 25 miles, and every mile of that road is different, and I just like taking it all in, just all the scenery, everything, the best. It's diverse, and it's beautiful. Now, this particular area that I live in, might be a little rough, it might be like not the touristy part, it might not be the glitz and glam or anything, but for the most part, like the Orlando area as a whole, it's beautiful. And I even try to see the beauty in things like this, and there is little bits of it sprinkled here and there. It is, I mean, perception is reality, basically. So whatever you see is what it is. Um, if you think it's ugly, then it's ugly. If you think it's beautiful, then it's beautiful. So, and my code that I live by is beautiful until proven ugly. So that's how everything starts off to me. But anyway, yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I'm sure as soon as I end this, I'll be just bombarded with, in my brain, like things I should have mentioned on here. But even if there's no more cold nights this season, I'm sure there'll be plenty more life updates left, so I'll be able to get it all in there. I'm just really gonna miss this weather, because it really does have unique effects. But I'll be fine. Till next time, 6-7 months, whatever. I mean, I'll be making more like this, but just for the weather. I kind of just want to like meditate a little bit, so, and then go to sleep. So, but anyway, yeah, that's my cold night chats for tonight. thanks for watching, and yeah, stick around for the future.